Hey y'all, March 7th of Bite Size Bible in a Year, we did Numbers 25 and 26. I'm also going to do March 8th today, which will be Numbers 27 through 29. So I'll let you know when I'm switching over so you can stop the video if you want to and do that part of the video tomorrow. I just have a really busy weekend. For those of you who don't know, I am finishing up a book. It should be available by the end of the month on Amazon, and so I'm going to have, my head down working on that all day tomorrow. And I think these chapters are short enough, or this section is short enough to put into one video. I'm holding the camera today. I'm sorry. All right, so Numbers 25 and 26 starts out with Moab. They incite Israel into the Baal worship that we talked about yesterday. And we see that through a brazen act of rebellion when one of the leaders of the Simeon tribe, or a family in the Simeon tribe, brings a temple prostitute into his tent right there in front of the whole assembly. You saw what happened there. So there's just this persistent, brazen rebellion which causes like 24,000 people to be killed. Now, we don't get struck down immediately when we rebel, thank the Lord, because I would have been dead about 1,500 times or more. But we're always looking for the heart. So the heart is there rebellion somewhere in my heart? So our question today for God on that respect is, God, is there rebellion in my heart somewhere? If so, show me where that is. Also, I pray this sometimes for my kid. God, if there's something going on with my kid that I need to know, can you please make truth surface? I got that from my friend Jonna, and just got that he would show me anything like that. So parents out there, just pray that God will show you any rebellion in your kids so you can jump on it and pray about it. Then we see in chapter 26 the second census, and we find out that all the people except for Joshua and Caleb that were counted in the first census had died, just like God said he would. So that was a promise fulfilled that I put in the margin, because he said they would all die in the wilderness, and they all did. So we know from that, again, it's another reassurance that God is faithful. He keeps his promises. Also, found out down here when it's talking about Korah that Korah's sons did not die. And I don't know why I thought they did. I think I might have been mixing up two stories. So I was so happy that his sons didn't die. But we do see that there's a huge dip in Simeon's numbers from the first census, and that's because of the whole rebellion here with worshiping Baal. And so, but when we get to the end, we find out that they only have like 2,000 less people than the first census. So God completely is preparing them and equipping them for their next season, which is a season of conquering lands. And so from that, we can just understand and remember that wherever God is taking us, he's preparing for us for that right now. So we don't have to be worried about the future. We don't have to look. That's why we don't want to look too far in the future, is because we can just worry ourselves to death when God is like, I'm equipping you, I'm preparing you. So just, it's okay. He's preparing us for our next season. Okay. Oh, also, they name women in the census, which I think was really cool, and we find out why in chapter 7. And then I think that's all for today. So I'm moving on to March 8th now, so you can come back. So you've got that one question, is there any rebellion in my heart? And show me the rebellion in my kids so I can jump on it and pray for them. Switching now. March 8th is Numbers 27 through 29. We find out why the women were named in the census, because they didn't have any men to claim their allotment of land. And I thought, how bold of them to step up and just ask. They weren't being rude. They just thought, it doesn't hurt to ask. And their bold act for what they thought was right was rewarded with a change in the law for the rights of women, which I thought was real cool. So question that you can ask God today is, God, will you please give me the boldness that I need to have to walk in the plans that you have for me? Give me that boldness. I want to be a bold warrior for you, or just a bold believer, just to not be scared to do your will. I loved that, of course, because I'm all about the women's. And then we see that Joshua is chosen. Again, y'all know I love Joshua. Can't wait to get to him. And then we see all the offerings again. And I have one of my best friends and her husband went to seminary. and I was just asked her a little bit more about the offerings to make sure I was correct. I was like, all of this is communal, right? This is all as a community, all these offerings. And she said, yes, it's all community. It's none of it is individual until we get to those, you know, where we find, you know, they have an unintentional sin that they didn't know about, or they become individually unclean. So those were special circumstances. Otherwise, all of this was done just for the community. And so much of it was about thankfulness. And dedication, of course. So my challenge to us this weekend is I want us to spend this weekend simply receiving what God has to give to us and being grateful for it. And I want to challenge you to write down 5 things from this weekend that God did for you or did for your family that you're extremely grateful for, and then I'll share my list on Monday. And if you want to share yours, a lot of you have my number, or you can definitely share here wherever this is being shared, Facebook, Instagram, where's the other big one with the red, YouTube. You can share there as well. But receiving what God has for us and being grateful for it, because when we give back to God, we give him that thankfulness. It says in 28:2, I do not remember ever reading this, 28:2. The Lord said to Moses, give these instructions to the people of Israel. The offerings you present as special gifts are a pleasing aroma to me. They are my food. I've never heard him say, I don't remember that. And so I thought he nourishes us every day, all day long. And this is our one way that we can provide nourishment for him, is to simply be thankful and give back to him. So my challenge to you this weekend, the next 2 days, 5 things that you are so thankful for that you will say, thank you, God, for this, 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 and that. And then we'll share those on Monday. Okay? Monday is, or the 9th and 10th, is Numbers 30 through 33, and I will talk to you on Monday. Bye.